Hello and welcome to another reaction review video with me, Nina Schofield, singer-songwriter, vocal coach and session musician. And today is the day Chromatica is out, Lady Gaga's new album. Very excited to listen to this and just see what direction she's going in. I think we kind of know it's this sort of house dancey vibe from what we've seen so far, but it will be interesting to see how it loosely goes through a journey on this record and just to see how Gaga has developed as an artist, musically, lyrically, all that kind of stuff. I'm interested to see that there is a duet with Elton John, SINE from above. Play on the word sine, because obviously sine is a mathematical term for trigonometry, right? So sound waves and things. Yep, so that's cool. And also, this record is only 43 minutes long. 43 minutes 8 seconds precisely, and there are 16 tracks. So I worked out yesterday that means that they are all under 3 minutes essentially on average, and one of my Twitter followers pointed out that 3 of the tracks are also interludes, musical interludes. So I'm guessing that the first track, Chromatica or 1, is going to be some kind of an introduction track, and then Alice will be the first pop song on the record. So we should listen and see. I'm ready for some good, fun, hopefully happy music. I need a smile on my face today, so come on Lady Gaga, let's do this. Ooh. Oh! Orchestration on point. First of all, this is beautiful arrangement of the strings, very cinematic, lovely sweeping effect with them. There's a horn section in there as well, adding a bit of bassiness. Oh, I like how that moved into Alice. That was a really nice transition, especially as we had the kind of tail end of the strings and then that sort of almost reverse vocal breathy sound into the first vocal on Alice. Very nice. Straight, like, couldn't be further from orchestration now. Very nice use of vocal effects. That's what's really speaking to me straight away. There's delays, there's the reverbs, even in the backing vocals that feel a little more muted and further away. There's still some really cool vocal effects. Drums out. That's a really nice vocal from Lady Gaga. That part of her voice we don't hear as often as other parts. I really like that. And the melodic movement as well, very striking. And looking for Wonderland, and we've got that dun 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 dun, that rhythm, again, very 90s, very house. Lyrically, the story that she's kind of painting, the visualization. I guess when we think of Alice and Alice in Wonderland, we immediately get these really strong images, and she's saying she's looking through the glass, or through the looking glass. Take me to Wonderland. This is very, very cool. Oh, and I think she's saying there, DJ free my mind. I like that lyric. But having that very affected vocal at the bass, but then also having the more faint backing vocals, reiterating what she's saying. She's speaking, but with an actual melody on top as well. I love that layering. It's like MIDI drums, isn't it? This is where you get her real nasal quality. Whoo, coming out of that. Stupid Love. This one, of course, I've already done a reaction to, dedicated whole reaction to this one. So I will leave a link for that up here so you can go and have a more in-depth watch if you wish. I love this. And that's cool because you have the sort of quick da 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 melody followed by a nice open now. So a well thought out rhythmical vocal in a way, having a bit of a release at the end of it. And the sample vocals. I want your stupid love, ooh, ah, ah, ah. That bass is just relentless, isn't it? Woo, and the breaks in the music coming back in, so good. Even she goes, woo! Emphasis isn't always on beat one. So good, so good. And then, and we're straight into Rain on Me with Ariana Grande. I did a reaction to this as well. I will leave a link for that too up here that you can watch. But I love all these songs so far. I have to say that there's not a bad song so far. This is a solid pop record. It's kind of these soft drums, cymbal based. I love how again we have this build coming and then it's just so good. And again there's a continuation with all of the sample vocals, and everything that's been happening on this record so far makes sense when you listen to the singles combined. It's like, yeah, okay Gaga. Nice solid piano chords. Yes. Oh yeah, that's the bit I like, the da 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 da, how the string line follows that, so good. And the interweaving of their vocals there, so to have the Lady Gaga Rain and Ariana Rain on me. So cool having that. So good. And there's this dun 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 with the bass. Here we go, guys. So good. And actually that reverb tail at the end, me. It's kind of shorter than the rest of them. Okay, a song we don't know, Free Woman. Oh. Again, the vocal effects instantly coming in there, wow. There's a string line at the top, pedal point. Is she saying, I look the downtown? I'm gonna have to find out. That kind of transition was a little, because the vocal seemingly comes out of nowhere. I'm still something, if I ain't got a man, I'm a free woman. This has taken me back 10 years, thinking about the music that we had 10 years ago and how you'd have this sort of dance, I'm getting too excited guys, you'd have this kind of dance release after your chorus, bringing it back Gaga. 4, 4, 4, 4. Yes, this is empowering. I like how she puts the emphasis on free woman. You know, I am just as much as any man as a woman. That's like a drum fill. Jeez, I really need to be careful here. It's like a drum fill that you get on a old school keyboard. You know, the ones that you'd have at school in the music department. The descend in that as well. Great! What a great empowering song. I'm a free woman. Yes, I am. Fun tonight. Ooh. A softer vocal as well. A soft vocal, guys. That is a beautiful verse melody. The whole structure of that is gorgeous. And then to have the, I guess I'm just on fire these days, or whatever it is, I don't know it fully yet, but that general movement, I love it. It's like there's so many of her layered on top. This is a great song. Do you know what? I thought this was going to be the first ballad of the record, but no. Are we going to have any ballads? Is this a balladless album? Who knows? We've still got a way to go yet, but this is one of those songs that takes you out of yourself, makes you go, oh, I feel things, you know? Building again with that keyboard sound, MIDI sound. I'm not having fun tonight. You know the paparazzi. Paparazzi. That just like takes me back. Okay. I like the sort of nod there to paparazzi, but also this song has a magic to it, guys. Does it not? Simple string lines. That's nice. Ooh. And then we build up this melody for a big release. I'm not having fun tonight. The layers of vocals there and a bit of a different melody for us. I'm not having fun tonight. Do you know what? That's an interesting song as well, because she's saying I'm not having fun tonight. And it's a dance song. So to me it kind of speaks to the way that if you're being treated poorly or you're not having a good time but you're still out and trying to have a good time, you know, there's nights where you go out and there's just something on your mind or something's going wrong. You're there but you're not there, not having fun. Chromatica 2, so is this going to be our second interlude? Yes, because Chromatica 3 is a way down the way. Do you know what interests me with these is that it makes me think, have we just had our kind of dancey part of the record? Are we moving into a different kind of vibe now within the record? Quite sad, melancholy. Pizzicato strings though. Ooh. So as soon as I say, oh, we're going into a darker, sadder part, there's like this boom, 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 boom. It's almost military. Just say, I think this is the best Lady Gaga album in a long time. Is that controversial? I don't know, but I think it is. Okay, here's back to our MIDI drum. But also what interests me about this is there is a kind of a different vibe within this song now. There is. Exploring these high vocals. My biggest enemy is me. Wow, that's a strong lyric. That's something a lot of us, I think, can relate to. And the bass is like doom, 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 doom throughout this whole thing. Wow. She just said this is the end. See, this is darker. Okay, so maybe the music is still following a kind of trend, but in terms of lyrics and maybe overall mood, we're definitely getting into a darker place now. Ascending chords. Oh, so even when she has the ooh in the background, the tail end of her reverb is going ooh, 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 ooh. So everything's raising up there. Okay, so different drum pattern all of a sudden at the end of this song. This song to me is almost like we're going back to our Just Dance era, but we're not going back. It's how I view the production would have been for that era if that record was released today. Do you know what I mean? So if Paparazzi was released today, if Just Dance was released today, they would have production more like this than what we know them as. That harmony. It's like she was a robot in that. There's a lot going on production wise in this part of the record, so there's a lot of this relentless kind of bass and drum patterns at the forefront. I like that lyric, I am top shelf, they built me strong. Yes, Gaga. Kind of a halftime. Okay, so plastic doll, so don't play with me, it just hurts me. So we're literally talking about this metaphor of being a doll and being messed around with. Cherry lips! And the way this chorus is working is that you have the don't play with, you know, the offset between both vocals gives it that rhythmic effect and fills in the space. Tell me who dressed you, where you get that hat, what's the price tag? No, and can you hear all of the delays coming off there? Okay, so playing around with the vocal effects there again, and I like how the melody falls off at the end of this chorus. I'm not your plastic doll, and we have this kind of top da da throughout the rest of it. It's like the kind of sigh of the melody, the release of it. Awesome. Okay, so next is the second of our collaborations. I'm really looking forward to the Elton John one as well. So this is Sour Candy, which Gaga released yesterday with Blackpink, and I only listened to a snippet of it because I wanted to kind of do the proper reaction to it today. So I know what the vibe is, but I don't know the overall structure or feel of this song. I'm super psycho. I like that. Ow! And the fact that this feels like this, you know, if it was a physical movement, it would be this. There's a kind of similarity, I feel like, with Blackpink and Lady Gaga in terms of the vocal delivery, the kind of punchiness of the vocal delivery. There's more of a string synth section now. Spoken vocal Gaga, woo! I love this kind of stuff. This is great. This isn't the sort of darkness that I was expecting in this part of the album from what we've just had, but maybe it's a welcome release in that sense. Very 90s, very so many songs that you can kind of draw on from that as inspiration. And there's all these claps. Isn't Gaga so good at pronouncing her lyrics well? I'm hot on the outside. She makes it... Excuse me, I'm trying to listen to Gaga's album. She makes it really, really easy to hear those lyrics. I'm hot on the outside. She puts that nasal twang in. She opens her jaw. She got it. Hot on the outside. And having the sour candy on top of that is really cool. Sour candy. Very cool. ENIGMA. This title intrigues me. Open-minded, I'm so blinded, warm and fainted. There's an effect on Gaga's vocal, I don't know if you can hear, but making it sound very, almost fake in a way, on purpose for sure. Woo! Conviction. So we get the vocal growl in there as well. This sounds like it's going to be a great release. It's got these claps. Yeah. Do you know what I like about this is the bass. The bass is killing it. They have got that sound perfecto. Give me something to believe. The strings. And that the harmony change there, the movement in the chords so that you come into the major section feels like, oh, this is some magic, this is some musical magic. It's a very clever way of making you feel something. Listen to that bass, guys. I like this because you're getting the Gaga that is very euphoric matched with the Gaga of this record. So she's coming into her own with this, particularly with this song, I feel. Bum, 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 bum. Woo! Vocals 101 with Gaga. Replay. Okay, so we've got a bit of a pattern going on. Muted drums. Is this going to be a disco song? Am I still alive? Where am I cry? That pulled the trigger, was it you or I? Okay. I was thinking it, but now I'm 100% certain this record could be turned into a musical. Gaga needs a musical. I won't blame myself because we both know you are the one. So talking about previous relationships, we're the one though. The stars on my mind are on replay. Yeah, so she's got the layers of vocals, I don't know what to do, and then the obviously layering those up gives you an instant effect, and it covers all bases because you get this sweeping kind of surround sound effect but with the vocals, and then you have the music around you as well. Yeah. This is the new disco, guys. It's that having that minor melody but this big kind of release that's sort of disco-y but also kind of Halloween-y, you know, dark. This is the creepy section. Vocals in the background. We had some reverse sounds in there. Scratch my nails into the dirt. This is a very visual part of the record as well. Cymbals. Cymbal. Right, we're going into the third part of this record, Chromatica 3. Let's see if I get any vibes from this little interlude and what it means for the next 3 songs after that. Is that it? That's it? Oh, Gaga. Ooh, tremolo. Oh, okay, there's this weird kind of mix of slightly happier and slightly meltingly wrong. Chamber string effect, that's that kind of harsher bum 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 sound that you get. Think Pirates of the Caribbean, that kind of thing. Okay, so now SINE from Above with Elton, and this is the one that I've really been thinking, what is this gonna be? I like the play on words with SINE, and I want to try and listen to the lyrics as much as possible within this one. Oh, there's rain falling. When I was young, I prayed for lightning. So there's pizzicato strings in there, but they've been slightly softened. Yeah, octave layer vocals. So to me, lyrically so far, she's saying she was searching for this thing. She's putting her hands up to the sky. She's waiting for this kind of sign from above. Muted kick drums. This is like an aria. I've had one sign. Fully going into the classical roots for Gaga, to me. Very much inspired by. Which makes sense with Elton as well. They both have a classical background. Before there was hope, there was silence. Oh, that actually kind of gets me. Did not expect to cry. Ooh, this is another really euphoric sort of song, but telling a darker story. But musically with this euphoric release. Isn't it interesting having the vocals below and above each other? And Elton being on a track like this, very different for Elton, but to me it shows you how his vocal tone can still come through, even with a completely different kind of vibe within a song and with a completely different kind of artist. When I was young, I felt immortal. Yeah, and there's this kind of da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da again, not this time within the bass though. So previously within the bass, now it's kind of a build within everything, but within the drums as well. Bum, 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 the piano. is happening? We're suddenly in a drum and bass rave. This song is very experimental and taken us by surprise. Oh, where did that come from? Wow. Okay, so SINE from Above. Sonically, she's exploring lots of different things within that song. So she's kind of killed all birds with one stone. And it's a duet with Elton John. What a really interesting part of the record. We only have 2 songs left. We only have 2 songs left. Okay, 1,000 Doves, here we go. I need you to listen to me, please believe me, I'll catch them as they fall down. Oh, the breathy vocals in the background. Oh, very nice touch. That's it. So Gaga's using the technique of raising her vocal melody up here in order to show us it's the chorus, whereas in previous songs we've had more of a structural change, sort of an arrangement change I should say, so it's very obvious within the music. Here it's not so obvious in the music because the drums are continuing in the same kind of way. There may be a bit of a crescendo, or actually a sudden change in volume, but it's the melody of the vocal that's really showing me we're moving. She went up and grabbed that melody. Hello, that's my favourite bit. Ooh, that reminds me of euphoria. You know, that Eurovision song by Loreen that was just epic. This kind of vibe within this? No? I love that melody. Ooh, there was a properly high vocal there. Guys, it's the last song. It's the last song. Babylon. It rhymes. Is that a bird? We only have the weekend. That you bring. This is a kind of discordant dance song in a way. The bass almost jars with the vocal. Walk a mile, serve it ancient city style. Serve it ancient city style. I can think of very few artists that can say that kind of a lyric on a record and have it accepted as part of their artistry, and Gaga is definitely at the forefront of that. I like how we've kind of come full circle with production. We have been on a journey with this record for sure. Hard on-set piano. I feel like Babylon. Electric guitar all of a sudden. Oh no, it's not electric guitar. It sounded like it within there. I think that's a saxophone. Just shows you how within an instrumental, if you're not listening, you can kind of just sort of say, yes, that's that instrument, that's that instrument. No. It doesn't necessarily mean it is, because sometimes you can have an instrument and play around with the sound of it so much that it turns into something else. So that saxophone almost sounds like an electric guitar. Like a sculpture. Ooh. It's like Hercules. So we've got a nice gospel choir sound suddenly, more euphoric, but it's great that we've got the mixture of different vocal techniques. So we've got the strong kind of nasal twang, the chest vocal, the spoken vocal, a lot of mix of stuff going on here, both musically and vocally. Battle for your life, battle for your life, guys. Okay, if this song isn't used as a lip sync battle in RuPaul's Drag Race at some point, I am going to be mightily disappointed. Listen, everyone. Battle for your life, gossip, what you are. And we've got the straight kind of melody that Gaga's following beneath her spoken vocal as well. Gossip, babble on, battle for your life, babble on. What a strong end to a strong record. I really like that album. That is a good album. Very good. I feel like my favourite part of this record is the very beginning, and then it sort of explores something darker that I feel like I need to sit back and kind of listen to it properly. But this is going to be one of those records where my favourite songs change all the time because there's so many good ones. I will listen to one until I've listened to it too much, if there's such a thing, and then I'll move on and something else will become my favourite, to the point where the whole record becomes my favourite. It's one of those. Certainly Sign from Above took me somewhere, as you saw, and I really like having those interludes as well. I thought they were a really clever touch and something that I'm going to go and listen to just for orchestral purposes. It's nice to hear some good arrangements, but lyrically she's strong on this record. She's super strong. Musically she's gone somewhere, she's committed to it. We don't have ballads. It doesn't follow a normal formula, I don't think, for a pop record, but I'm okay with that. I feel like this is the record that Lady Gaga was meant to make right now. She's done it, and she's done it so well. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments box down below. What's your favourite song from this record? Is it your favourite Lady Gaga album? Let me know. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please do hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications and become part of our family here on YouTube. And you can of course find me on Twitter and Instagram at Nina_Schofield. And you can find links to my new single Ghost and to my Wisio page where I can help you with your singing in the description box down below. And I will see you guys very soon. Love you so much. Take care, stay safe, bye.